Okay, so I know this is controversial because some of you guys don't want TikTok. Some of you guys are like, oh, we don't really want to lose it, whatever. But I just want to keep you guys posted because I actually think some of this is kind of funny. Now, before I show you guys the funny stuff, I'm going to tell you guys a couple of things about an update. So basically, the Senate introduced a new bill asking for a 270-day extension of TikTok. But there's also something in this that I want to show you guys. So I'm going to play this video and then we're going to talk about it.
Please do not fight with me. We do not have time. For the last 4 years, I've been on the front line of fighting the TikTok ban. I am the only journalist who has covered the democratic and economic crisis that this ban would be. Remember when Shou Chu testified in front of Congress? I was there. I was right behind him. This is my little suit. This is him smiling during a break because he turned around and I said, "Show the people are with you." As our Congress manufactured evidence and lied to the American people about the threat that this app posed, presenting evidence in the form of YouTube clips that they claimed were TikTok challenges. Here's TikTok, here's me, Frontline. Under the Desk News was the first to expose the Restrict Act, which is Patriot Act 2.0. This was one of the original attempts to ban TikTok. It was sponsored by Senator Mark Warner and co-sponsored by these senators. This is page 2. Those are the people who signed a TikTok ban. Now, luckily, with public support largely built on this app, we were able to get the Restrict Act dropped. But then came along the Protecting Americans from Foreign Adversary-Owned Apps legislation that started in Congress. These are the co-sponsors of that legislation. Here is page 2, page 3, page 4. That is an even more explicit TikTok ban. That is the law that got passed, and that is the law that we are fighting in the Supreme Court right now. But the Protecting Americans Against Foreign Adversary-Owned Apps was never voted on independently the way the Restrict Act was. No, the TikTok ban was couched in a $10 billion humanitarian aid budget reconciliation package. The people who voted for that humanitarian package are the ones that you're seeing on these massive lists of hundreds of congresspeople who voted for the TikTok ban. Now, they did vote for the TikTok ban. It was in the humanitarian aid package, and they absolutely should have fought to have that removed. And they quite simply did not fight hard enough to have that removed. But the way people behaved after that package passed matters as well. On the day it passed, you saw some congresspeople like Jeff Jackson come out and say, "Yeah, I voted for it, but I don't think it'll pass." And then you saw people like Senator Ed Markey say, "I voted for it because I needed the humanitarian aid, and I know it will pass, and starting right now, I'm going to do everything I can to try and have this law reversed." It's not enough. They shouldn't have voted for it. But how people have behaved since that law passed in April to now matters. Senator Ed Markey, Ron Paul, and Representative Khanna filed an amicus brief to the Supreme Court citing their support for TikTok and against the ban. Senator Markey and Ron Paul have urged President Biden since the literal day it passed to not enforce the TikTok ban and take a closer look at it. Senator Markey has worked with TikTok and with creators like myself to break down the law and try to prove that it is what is called a bill of attainder, where Congress passes a law that is not constitutional because it punishes a company before they had an opportunity to present evidence or get a trial. That is why we're in the Supreme Court right now. This is complicated. Pointing fingers at helpers right now is not going to help. But if you are looking for the people who signed the TikTok ban, the reason why we are here right now, you need to look at the senators who co-sponsored the Restrict Act, and especially the congresspeople who co-sponsored the Protecting Americans from Foreign Adversaries Act. Mike Gallagher, the major sponsor of the bill, he doesn't even work in Congress anymore. As soon as this got passed, he quit to go work for Peter Thiel in what? Spying on Americans. I'm continuing to do everything I possibly can to try and fight this ban, as are so many people on this app. When things are going bad or things are scary, there's a tendency for people in the group to turn on each other, and we just can't afford to do that right now. Stick with me, okay? Stick with each other. Lastly, on why I'm not deleting Meta or Facebook or any other platform. Meta has the largest population of people on it, and Monday we are about to inaugurate Donald Trump into presidency. In those first couple of days, he is going to sign astronomical amounts of legislation in the form of what are called executive orders. We need the general public to know about that stuff. So I am not telling anybody how to do activism or what they should do with their platforms or their person, but if somebody is not leaving Meta, please don't attack them. A great number of boomers who are going to be negatively impacted by Donald Trump's policies are on these platforms. We still need to talk to them. A great number of Gen X people, we need to talk to them. They're on those platforms. And when it comes to holding power accountable, Meta, unfortunately, X, Truth Social, I'm on all the platforms because we have to speak to everybody where they are. I understand if you're a creator and you've decided that you don't want to provide any value to the platform. I totally get that. And that's how collective activism works. Not everybody does the exact same thing. That's dictatorship stuff. We have to stick together, even if we're doing different things.
One thing that I want to make very clear is if you listen, they showed YouTube shorts and said that was TikTok talent challenges. So they're only starting with TikTok. If we allow them to ban TikTok, they are going to start with other apps simply because Mark Zuckerberg has lobbied for this. That was my whole point yesterday. And I actually forgot that they did that. I watched it, but that was a while ago, so I didn't even remember. But that is proof that they used something from YouTube already to try to pass a ban with TikTok. Like, just let that sink in. Now, I want you guys to look at this like this. I fight for Nicholas Godeshan because he is a man that was collecting a permanent disability check that has a disability along with a low IQ. And I feel as though if we let Gypsy get away with doing it, it opens a platform for other people to do it, right? I do not have autism. I have never collected a permanent disability check, or had a low IQ. And all of those combined is a lot, right? And if I was to say, okay, you know what? I don't have to deal with it. That's not my problem right now. Or I feel bad, or yeah, I don't really love it, but you know what? It's not affecting me, so I'm going to keep it moving. Then this would continue to happen, right? So just because it's not my problem doesn't mean that I don't care, right? And I'm not telling you guys to get on here and sign up on apps and do all types of crazy. Y'all could just sit here and chill and watch this, okay? I am just saying that that is the point. And me seeing that they used YouTube Shorts, I feel like that made it very clear the intent, because the intent is to eliminate competition. It's not about anything else. And that is my entire point. But anyway, I want to get on with this because there's so many funny things that I want to show you guys. And I will be back.
American people, you lot never stop amazing me, man. You guys, like, literally just went overnight and just went, you know what? If you're going to take our freedom and our speech and our favorite app to mess about on, we're just going to give all the goddamn data to China willingly. Yeah, thank you very much. There you go. Even though half of you guys haven't got a freaking clue about Chinese language, you're willing to learn. And coming from a Chinese person, mate, I can't even read or write Chinese. Not really. I mean, I know really basic stuff, but you Americans are willing to learn just for the sake of shoving it up your government's. You know what? I love it. I love the fact you guys are so united in doing it as well. It's proper. I love it. Oh man. And you guys, I can't wait until you guys go over there and cause some havoc, to be honest. I mean, but hey, mind you, just word of advice, yeah? That ain't TikTok over there, yeah? So you have to be mindful to a certain extent, because you're going to somebody else's house now. And it's not they are open-minded to a certain extent, you get what I'm saying? Because they're young'uns over there, yeah? But RedNote means Communist Party to the max, if you know what I'm saying, yeah? So there's certain things you can't really go into, especially politics, okay? Have fun, have a laugh, have a joke, meet some friends. Fantastic. I think that's going to be cool. But yeah, just be mindful a little bit about what kind of crazy stuff you do, yeah? Because you're probably going to upset some people over there, as you do anyway. I mean, that's just going to happen. I just foresee it anyway. But yeah, I just got to give you some praise, man. You guys are fucking just mint, mint, absolutely craziness. Yeah, how you can just overnight just went, I'm just going to switch over, shove it up your ass, take it. And then, you know what? The government, I think they're like a little bit panicking, a little bit, just a little bit. You know, they're like, ooh, look what we've gone and done. They all jumped onto the Chinese app. Now we can't delete that. We can't do nothing with that. So they're like, yeah, I reckon that's where there's 200 odd days extensions coming through. Because they realize, at least if we had TikTok, we might be able to buy it or sell it, kind of thing. Whereas everyone goes over that one, they can't do jack. So they're probably a bit worried right now. So good job, guys. Good job. I love it. Good job.
Okay. Hey guys, so I got this text message today from one of my friends saying, does this guy look like your boyfriend? So apparently you went viral today.
What?
As
Wait, is that on TikTok? What is this?
Okay, so I got this text message today from one of my friends saying, does this guy look like your boyfriend? So apparently you went viral today.
What?
As
Wait, is that on TikTok?
Yeah. So it says the CEO of RedNote has welcomed Americans to their Pinterest Instagram app.
What the hell actually happened? Bro, no! Wait, can I see?
Yeah.
When did this happen?
I don't know, I think like today.
No!
So yeah, I think people apparently think that you are the CEO
Bro,
of RedNote.
400k likes.
Yeah.
Guys, I'm not the RedNote CEO, just to be clear.
Yeah, so we're making this video to clarify. I don't know what happened or how the message came about, but this is my boyfriend Jerry, and
I'm Jerry,
and I'm Danny.
Danny.
We are the creators behind this account, and he is not the CEO of RedNote.
I'm just another normal guy in Vancouver. I just tried to, I didn't expect this post to go viral like this. And thank you for all the comments, but I want to clarify that I'm not the CEO of the RedNote. But whatever I said in that original welcoming video stays true. I really hope that you guys can enjoy this platform. And I think I've actually been on a lot of posts already. I think like it's really funny, like how the memes from both sides are like merging together.
I think it's actually freaking hilarious, guys. Like I hope you guys aren't mad at us, but the fact that his post was taken as like the official RedNote note. We're really sorry for any misunderstandings this caused, but if you want, continue to follow us. We're an intercultural couple. So I am a Chinese person who grew up in North America. So I grew up in California, and now I live in Canada.
And I grew up in Shanghai, came to Canada about 10 years ago. First lived in Toronto, and then moved to Vancouver about 2 years ago. I met Danny. So yeah, I think moving forward, we're gonna make a lot of videos about this intercultural. Okay, we're gonna make a lot of intercultural videos to share our daily life and some funny stories, here and there. Just keep following us. And again, I'm so sorry about that.
Another very American thing that we did that I cannot believe is we just elected a random East Asian man as the CEO of the RedNote app. He was just wearing a turtleneck. Let's be real. He was just wearing a turtleneck, some glasses, and a cool hat. And you guys were like, yep, he's the CEO.
So this is me before downloading the RedNote app. And this is me 5 minutes into the RedNote app. Honey, will you light crystal gel with your nail, make sparkle like diamond and sky?
Alright, so in a rare blink and you miss it moment, the United States government is backpedaling hard on the TikTok ban right now. And there are a couple of reasons for this, some of them speculative, some of them very obvious. The most obvious reason is that the United States government is very shocked by the fact that rather than go back to Facebook and Twitter, we have decided to go to an app that is actually owned by the Chinese Communist Party to spite them. That's not a small number either. It's big enough that it's made Redbook the single largest app on both the Apple and Google app stores. This is rapidly becoming an oh fuck, what do we do moment for the United States government. The other part of this is that American government officials clearly believed TikTok was actually going to sell. Keep in mind, people who work in the American government are like the rich. They live in their own reality where everything always goes their way, so they're never prepared for when it doesn't. To relocate, kid was getting fussy. And yeah, so this has resulted in two things happening at once. One, the United States is realizing that what was supposed to be a bluff to get TikTok to sell is rapidly becoming an actual ban that they have to deal with. And two, that it means all the business buddies who wanted a means to buy out TikTok are suddenly not going to get that. The app's just going to disappear. And if there's one thing that mega rich business owners in America hate more than competition, it's losing the ability to buy out that competition. So you can bet that all the tech bros who were convinced by the US government that this would give them control of TikTok are pissed right now. Another problem here is the United States government is primarily banning TikTok because they wanted to regain control of the media narrative and convince millennials and Gen Zers to trust them again. It's had very clearly the exact opposite effect. We already have people like Senator Ed Markey and Senator Ro Khanna signing legislation to kick the ban 270 days down the road, give it a stay. I guarantee you, if that bill passes to give TikTok 270 more days, it's never going to get banned. It's just going to keep getting kicked down the road. Yes, good input. But here's the overall takeaway. There's still a very good chance that TikTok will get banned anyway. There's still a very good chance that this will just turn into something else entirely. But it's looking more likely at this point that the government might go back on the ban out of fear more than anything else. To pull a quote from one of my favorite graphic novels of all time, a people should not fear their government, a government should fear their people. And it looks like we're doing that really well right now. To answer a question that a lot of you have been asking, no, I'm not on RedNote yet. I'm going to wait it out and see how it goes for a while before I consider joining. Like, that's just who I am as a person. If I am new to a form of social media, I do not trust it very quickly. It takes me a while to get comfortable with. But if I do join RedNote, I will let you know on my other channels on Blue Sky and YouTube. Links in the bio.
Friend, I promise you, I want to blame this ban or this attempt to ban on Gypsy Rose Blanchard because she the root of all the problems in America, right? But this is so funny. I know she tried to get rid of me. She tired of me exposing her. But Gypsy, it don't matter what app it is. I'm still going to air you out. I already did it on the Red app, okay? I'm still posting about you on the Red app. So not only is America and Canada gonna know, all of the millions and millions and millions and millions of the Chinese will too. How about that, Bookie? Minimum. When our new Chinese friends said in the club, we all fam, they wasn't talking about you, Gypsy Rose Blanchard. Just to let you know, they was only talking about us. They wasn't talking about you. You are disqualified. They don't like people that unalive their moms or mistreat their moms. So they weren't talking about you. Mark Zuckerberg, the senators, and the Congress. How does it feel to fumble the bag? Y'all stock dropping faster than streetwalkers' underwear for $1,000. Y'all really fumbled the bag this time. Y'all fumbled the bag so much, you have to give us 270 days to forget about it. But we not. And guess what? Our new Chinese friends are going to hook us up with a good idea. Mark Zuckerberg, how do you feel about fumbling the bag so bad that you've lost millions of dollars overnight? Mark Zuckerberg, let me tell you something. We not going back over to Meta. Because when we have beef with a chick, we got beef forever. Next time, learn how to read the room. And yeah, take that perm out your head. What you thought you was the new Diddy with that shirt, the little chain? You need to sit down. We don't need another one of them. Have a seat, sir. Have a seat. And the fact that you getting rid of DEI and you came up here on a perm, trying to look like a rapper, you got a lot of nerve, sir.